What's happening, guys? It's Boxing Lowdown and I'm back here with another video. Now, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like and I'll happily get back to you. Now, this is my post-fight review to Daniel Dubois, who fought last night against Frank Snijnders. You know, it's a Dutch late replacement who was taking the place of Eric Pfeiffer, who was due to give Daniel Dubois a much better fight than anticipated, you know, than this fight anyway. And it was what it was. I mean, late replacement. Snijnders didn't pose any sort of threat at all. We all kind of predicted it going in. That's why I didn't even do a prediction video. There was no point. But yeah, we knew that this would be pretty much a blowout for Daniel Dubois as he steps up his preparation for a fight with Dubois-Joyce next, because that's what BT Sport are, you know, kind of pushing for October. Frank Warren has said that he's going to aim to make that for October. But before I get into Dubois and Joyce, let's talk about him last night in action. There's not, well, you know what? There's not really much to even talk about. I mean, it was literally just target practice for Dubois, who hasn't been in the ring since December 2019. So I guess it's good for him to have a run out, even though it was literally just target practice for him. He just like threw some good bodies, good shots to the body and head, showed some good variety. And it was really just target practice, man. Let's be honest. I mean, I was watching it. My facial expression didn't change throughout the fight. It was literally just a Daniel Dubois blowout. And we've seen quite a few of these now. And I think now's the time for him to step up and the level of competition. I mean, I think it's 15, 16 fights now he's had. And he's been pretty vocal over the last like few months or whatever about taking on some of the elite heavyweights, you know, and some of the heavyweights, some of the contenders. I mean, he spoke about fighting the likes of Dillian Whyte and amongst others. So if Daniel Dubois is to take that step up in competition, in my opinion, then it's time to step up the level of competition, because yesterday, I mean, I was literally bored. I'm not going to lie. It was just, we knew what was going to happen. We knew that he was going to blow the person out. And that's pretty much what he did. You know, I mean, Snijnders, how many punches did he land on Dubois? No disrespect to him, but I could probably count on one hand the amount of punches he landed. It was, yeah, I mean, listen, it's always harder to, it's easy for us to say from, you know, from sitting on the sofa, watching the boxing, you know, what a guy should do, shouldn't do. But, you know, it was just a blowout and he didn't deserve to be in the ring with Dubois. And so it proved. So I'm hoping that the Dubois-Joyce fight takes place next, because that is what we all want to see at the end of the day. It was supposed to obviously happen in April of this year, but due to the pandemic and everything else, that obviously got pushed back, and we're looking at an October date now. But what concerned me in Frank Warren's interview yesterday was that he was saying that Dubois and Joyce will depend on whether fans are allowed back in the O2. And when you look at it, considering that we're going to be in September from next week, October, to expect there to be, what, I don't know, a full arena? Because that's not going to happen in October, surely not. How many fans will they be able to fit in the arena for Dubois and Joyce for it to make it profitable for Frank Warren? This is the concerns that I have in whether the fight will really take place in October or not, because from his interview yesterday, it seemed to me that it was kind of dependent on how much fans are allowed in the arena. So I'm not really holding my breath, and I hate not to sound optimistic about it, but I have to tell the truth. I don't know how realistic that fight is going to be if it does rely on the amount of fans that enter the arena. So I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Also, he's waiting on government advice with regards to letting people in the venues. That will need to be soon if he's going to sell tickets in time to create, you know, an atmosphere in the venue and for the venue to be full. So we're going to have to hear something regarding this fight soon. Both men are, you know, have to head straight back into training camp, and let's just hope that it does take place, man. I mean, I really want to see it. I think that is a great fight for both men, and it will elevate the winner to the next stage of their career, because both of them seem to want to take that step. But you know, Dubois-Joyce has fought the better competition than Daniel Dubois. But yeah, especially for Dubois, if he's going to call out the likes of Dillian Whyte amongst others, and you know, any contender in the top 15, let's say, then we're going to need to see a step up in competition, because these sort of blowouts now, for me anyway, I was getting a bit bored. And that's no disrespect to Dubois. I'm a big fan of his. I like watching him fight, but I was a bit bored yesterday, in my honest opinion. So that's just my post-fight thoughts on it all. Like I said, Daniel Dubois has the potential to go all the way, and I'm a big fan of his. But yeah, when we're seeing, you know, calling out the likes of Dillian Whyte and whoever, I'd like to see a little bit of a step up in competition. So hopefully Dubois-Joyce will be the fight to do that, and he's more than capable of winning that. and moving on to bigger and better things. But let's just see it now. You know, I mean, he is young, so that's will likely be the pushback that I'll get from some Dubois fans. Maybe he is only 22 years old, and there is a lot of development there, especially for a heavyweight. I mean, you could be heading to your late 20s and you're still pretty young for a heavyweight. So Dubois has all the time in the world on his side. So maybe it's not a good idea to rush him in it completely. But, you know, I think we are able to see a step up now from this sort of competition that he's fighting. So drop your thoughts in the comment section below anyway, guys. I'd love to hear your opinions on the fight and what you'd like to see next for Dubois if it's not Joe-Joyce. I feel that fight does need to happen, but I'm curious to hear your opinion. So make sure you drop them in the comment section below. Feel free to like it, and don't forget to subscribe on the way out. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.